So even dreaming about running a company, at some point I decided, this would be something I'd like to do. But it wasn't something, maybe because I wasn't really exposed to it. My dad wasn't a business owner and my mom wasn't business owners, so I didn't grow up around business owners. So at some point I decided to start my own business because it's like, I like to work. I work pretty hard. And I like to be able to just help people do whatever. And so this way I have some control and influence on what those things are. I'm Joe Craigen, and I'm the founder and CEO of Visualutions. My mom and dad were Shirley and Woody Craigen. They were both born and raised in Texas in different areas, and therefore I grew up here in Texas. I've been pretty much in the same area of Texas most of my life. A little bitty place called Rye, Texas. You could look it up on a map. It's on the edge of East Texas in the middle of not many places. Rye is not a very wealthy part of the world. A lot of hard workers, a lot of people that pitch in and help each other, and the same kind of general thing in the community. I mean, when we think about what we do today, community health, we probably needed a community health center right in the middle of where I grew up. Probably still need it there today. But community of people that cared about each other, but no one was making lots of money. My mom passed away when I was 7, a car accident, which all 3 of the kids were in the car accident with her. So, that's another vivid memory that wasn't good. Remember the car accident and getting picked up by the ambulance and everything. So it wasn't. It was a difficult time. I remember her, but not well. I mean, good memories, but I was 7 and don't remember a whole lot. But my dad, I will say, my dad raised us at times on his own. He also, my aunt and uncle helped for a little while, but he was always there for us. Very much the dad that probably everybody should have, because he was always there even when our mom wasn't, because she wasn't there anymore. So he took care of us. I went to the same school my whole life. Now, I mean, there was an elementary and a junior high and a high school, but there was only one. Hardin, Texas, and I went to the same school from the time I started to the time I left. I graduated 5th in the class. Tiny class, but I graduated 5th in the class. And favorite subject, of course, was probably sports, football. I loved football, but outside of that, I wanted to learn everything I could. Computers actually weren't available, so I didn't really get to start working with computers until I went to college, but actually I immediately decided that's what I wanted to do. Can't really tell you why. It was intriguing. When I first moved from Rye to the Houston area, going to college, I would go to computer stores. They were quite different than they are now, but I would just go to computer stores and spend an hour or two just looking at computers and figuring out how to play with them, and couldn't wait to buy my first one, etc. But so that was easy decision for me to make when I was in college, was what I wanted to do in terms of majoring. I actually didn't think a lot about running a company even until probably not real long before I started Visualutions. I was working at EDS and had been there for quite a while, like 11 years. And I was both a programmer and a networking computer person. One of the things that was unique about me was that because I programmed, I could think of things from that angle, and because I was also designing and installing networks and computer systems for customers, I understood it from that angle as well. So a lot of times I could solve problems that others couldn't quite solve because they didn't put the two things together. I actually went on an interview with Microsoft and was offered a job by Microsoft, and decided I'd much rather start my own company because I was just passionate about the things that I liked doing, and any other place I worked kind of hindered that. We actually got into healthcare from the very beginning. I valued Microsoft and being a Microsoft partner, and I tell people this today. I think the only referral that we ever got from Microsoft was for a medical clinic that wanted to write their own electronic medical records. We formed a partnership with a company for the practice management side of it, and through that relationship, I got to know Bill Young, who owned Sci Solutions, and he and I started working on projects together. That he was working in community health and had that focus, and at a certain point, we started talking about putting our business together, and the opportunity presented itself whenever some business changes were made on his end. It was an easy decision for me to make to get into to grow Visualutions into community health, because I really liked what he was doing and the community he was serving. It was something that I could actually be passionate about. So it was an easy decision to add that to our business. It's been great serving that market. It's like I said, I'm passing away early in life. But I know now how much that influenced me in so many different ways and brought other people into my life, etc. I would love to continue serving the community health market. They are extremely important to our country. There's people with needs everywhere, very similar but also very unique needs, and this is a place where we can help them be served, and so I really like that.